Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you're having a great day. And we're going to be getting right into the videos as of this week. It's today. So, without further ado, let's get right to the actual story. We're not going to get into the article, but apparently YouTube is having some problems. Apparently, problems with their shorts, and some of their people are leaving. Mostly just one person, but you get the idea. I don't think YouTube is gonna. I think YouTube, everything that they're doing is going into a very wrong direction. Um, just like how they decided to specifically remove one of my things from here that I have posted that doesn't make quite sense because they have decided to change the said rules and everything on what they did here. And it looks like even my tweet was deleted because yeah, it doesn't look like it was good. But for a good example is that YouTube has actively gone and done some things. I posted this tweet. Obviously, I don't have any followers. Well, I have one for some god apparent reason. But I posted this tweet 22 hours ago, which was essentially yesterday. And this is what I get for pretty much posting the COVID-19. Now, the thing is here is that they have changed the rules to COVID-19. This is the true fact here. So when they have changed the rules to COVID-19, I was just reporting on what they actually changed, going over some of the things that they actually changed, and they still decided to remove my video for some apparent reason because because I just posted the news on what was actually going on. So this is what they did. I appealed and hopefully it goes through, but I'm not entirely sure. On the other hand, it's kind of ridiculous because when they say they're going to do something and they don't actively do it, they're actually lying, which is what I was fearing for to begin with. Remember, guys, whenever I said I was going to have 4 videos up on Friday, 4 to 5, this was technically supposed to be the 4th video that was supposed to be released. But since YouTube is a bunch of asshole cucks, that video never got to be released. It was released very, very briefly for roughly about maybe 8 hours, and it was immediately deleted because it violated their COVID-19 policy. When that can't be the truth, because I was just regarding the news on what they did, not saying anything about the actual COVID-19 stuff in general. But this is why the freedom of speech is pretty much being erased from YouTube because we all know that good stuff. But in other news, we have more crazy things that would be this, which is YouTube's chief business executive quits as site fights off TikTok. YouTube's top business executive is stepping down from his post as Google's streaming giant faces an escalating threat from TikTok. Robert Kinsale, I think that's his name, a veteran executive has spent more than 12 years at the company, announced his plans to leave the company late Monday. After 12 incredible years, I've decided to move on to the next challenge soon, Kinsale wrote on Twitter. Working alongside creators, artists, media, and music companies to transform media has been a privilege. He will be replaced in October by Mary Ellen Coe, who currently oversees Google's advertising deals with small and medium businesses. Kinsale's exit comes as YouTube faces slowing growth and increasing competition from TikTok within the coveted Gen Z demographic. A Pew Research poll published this month showed that a whopping 95% of U.S. teens said they use YouTube and make it most popular app or site in the survey. But YouTube was followed by TikTok, which was used by 67% of teens, as the Chinese-owned app eats up an increasing share of young people's time online and threatens big tech mainstays like YouTube and media's Instagram. Which I may believe an FCC person came out and said that needed to be removed and banned from the states, and which of course Democrats are not going to do that because they are in line with China. So there's also that. But this needs to be banned from the United States specifically because if it doesn't, they're just eating up all of our data, and we need to avoid that as much as possible. Fortunately, we're not going to get that with the Democrats, and we're going to have to wait until the Republicans come in, and hopefully a strong pair of Republicans, and that they can be able to actively fix a lot of the damage that is being done to our country. Something that I may believe that what's his name? Steven Crowder, which went on to pretty much say that that we need to fight like hell, obviously, and that we need to have Republicans or somebody that is in power to really tackle and destroy, or rather break down what's going on, because it's such a huge problem. Take a look at this little clip here that I have, and you'll kind of see where I'm going at here.
Everybody got to hear about that, even though there's no evidence of any of that. And by the way, he said something. He's like, they shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't be afraid if you're applying the law equally. You should be terrified if you are not, that the people will not stand for it. I'm sorry, that's not how this country works. You don't get to run roughshod over the American population and go, you just have to take it. That's not how we do business here.
No.
You should be terrified. And I'm not saying that you would come across physical harm. I'm saying that you would lose your jobs, that you guys would be run out of business. You should be terrified of that.
Yeah. What should happen next, the next president of the United States, if they're a Republican, and if Republicans, if they take the House and Senate, what needs to happen next is, because people before were saying, hey, it can be used against you. Well, guess what? We need to start using it against them. There needs to be prosecution to the fullest extent of the law, insider trading, any kind of election meddling that's happened, or any kind of irregularities, any changing of the election laws that violate the state constitutions, any type of international relationships like we see with Joe Biden in Ukraine that requires an investigation. There should be full investigation and prosecution of everyone, and it should happen with complete transparency and no redactions. That's what the next Republican needs to do, and I won't vote for anyone or support anyone who doesn't promise to do it. There's no more playing nice. They take the low road, we take the high road. No. There's only one road. There's only one road right now, and they're driving like assholes in the fast lane, slowing the rest of us down, because the rest of us just actually want to get back on the road to freedom, and we can't, because we have an 87,000% increased IRS force. We have the FBI, who now have more power over the American public than ever before. And instead of paying for, I don't know, border security, instead of paying for, I don't know, ensuring that we have the most effective military in the world, instead of ensuring that we have elections with integrity, instead of spending money on those things, what are we doing? Well, we're forgiving student loans for people who got gender studies degrees. Yeah. That's where we are in this country. Yeah, that's a legitimate role of government. You need to understand the legitimate purview of government if you're going to look at any of this and be as terrified as you need to be. Look, I will tell you this. There's a silver lining in a lot of these issues that are happening today. We might be beyond the bend with some of it. You haven't heard me say that before. If this continues to go on completely unchecked, we cannot have a country where the FBI can selectively prosecute, can selectively enforce the law, and selectively tell all major media and big tech outlets what they're allowed to cover. That cannot be allowed to stand. And that's again why Lindsey Graham is a little bit of a wiener. We need better than Lindsey Graham in there. And we need you, all of you, to fight for every single inch all the time. Reduce your dependency on big tech. Right? You need to start voting with your dollar. And I know it's hard. It's hard because, unfortunately, the left gets their hands into everything. But there are good local businesses that you can support. You can get involved in your local politics. And what I will say beyond anything, you know what the best thing is that you can do? Is just stop going, ooh. Let your freak flag fly. Honestly, don't be shy if someone says, oh, well, Donald Trump. Just say, oh, fuck you. You know, this is ridiculous. It's a sham. You know what? I have plenty of friends. I could use a few enemies. You're not welcome at my barbecue. I'm done with it. No more cocktail parties with these people. Not when they're this far gone. By the way, it's a live show, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern. I would love for all of you to watch on Rumble, or you can listen to the audio on Apple, on Android. But Rumble and, of course, Mug Club. The promo code is free speech.
Free speech, yes.
Free speech. You get $30 off. We take your chat. We have a whole story now. We've gone late.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about. We do need to really just destroy any type of possibility that, that the Democrats have caused, that we need to fight back stronger than ever. And due to this, it's kind of a bigger issue than when it meets the eye. And TikTok is a huge issue with this. And we need to get it banned. And I know Republicans, and strong Republicans like DeSantis or whoever, will do this in a good manner. Both YouTube and Instagram have copied TikTok's short video scrollable interface through features called Shorts and Reels, respectively, in an effort to hold on to young users. Because I also may believe the attention span of the generation today is very short. It's not great. And for me, I have no problem sitting down watching an hour or 2 hour stuff. I have ADD, so it's a little bit different. I try to get sidetracked a little bit, so it's a little bit harder for me to try to really keep grasp on something unless I'm really, really into it. But like podcasts and stuff like that, I try to use the podcast and everything as things that I'm going to need to do on the walks that I would normally do, or etc. Because those are the best ways that I'm going to pay full attention to something, and rather than kind of just wandering around and doing nothing, right? So obviously, I'm gonna go and watch or read these podcasts or listen to these podcasts while I'm doing something else in the process, which is what I do while cooking and other things because it keeps my attention on hold. Not mostly because it's my ADD and like when I'm doing stuff, I have to keep myself occupied and I can't just stand at like a blank state of something for long periods of time because I want to do something else in my meantime. So that's the reason why. But when it comes down to videos or anime or something like that I can watch, I have no problem watching that and sticking on to it. Sometimes I will drift away from the anime stuff just because of the fact that I want to do something else, and that's my bigger issue. But I think it's way worse with the Gen Z people because their attention span with all the short bites and information that they get is really corrupting their way of sustaining wanting to watch more long-term stuff. The reason why I think long movies are not really ideal because most people don't want to sit down and watch a 3 or 4 hour movie. Not even I really want to sit down and watch a 3 hour movie unless it's Lord of the Rings, then that's a different topic altogether. Cancer, who worked at Netflix prior to joining YouTube in 2010, did not immediately reveal what he plans to do after leaving the company. Google confirmed Cancel's departure to the Post, but did not provide further comment. Cancel's departure was first reported by Variety, which published a memo from YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki. Under his leadership, YouTube forged new relationships and partners in music, traditional media, and tech, and our creator ecosystem. Without him, the term YouTuber wouldn't be a mainstream term. Wojcicki wrote, "Thanks to Robert and his leadership team, we are meaningfully contributing to the media industry, having paid more than $30 billion to creators, artists, and media companies in the last 3 years." But here's the thing: you guys actively go against your creators. You have constantly over multiple times have banned or removed or demonetized MXR Plays, which is one of the people, and then you went after Markiplier, which I don't really enjoy, but I don't want anybody's platform being deplatformed or anything for any legitimate reason unless they actually legitimately created a crime of some sort, right? And you guys say that you have paid more than $30 billion to creators, but you don't respect your creators at all. It's been actively shown. I mean, look at these things. Like, you see here exactly what these two people have to go through on the daily basis because it's all YouTube's fault. It's Susan Wojcicki's fault, and honestly, they're at fault. Some things need to be changed. Wojcicki added that Cancel will stay with the company through early 2023 in order to help ensure a smooth transition of leadership. Great, but again, YouTube needs to be changed immensely, and we need to have some very hard laws because otherwise it's not going to change for the better, and we need to really do some serious damage to these media companies. Only time will tell, right? Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.